Our next meeting will be September 10th, 2025. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Municipal Code Enforcement Board is charged with conducting hearings to determine whether an alleged violation of the city code has occurred. Decisions made by this quasi-judicial board will be based on the evidence and facts presented tonight. Our meetings are conducted in accordance with Robert's Rules of Order, and each case will begin with the city presenting its evidence of the alleged violation. The respondent will then present his or her case. Both parties will have an opportunity to cross-examine all witnesses. The board members may question any witness. Comments by both parties must be relevant to the case. Persons wishing to speak will be given an opportunity to do so by the chairman and must address the board from the podium after giving their name and address. Upon request, copies of material submitted by staff are available for review. Board members are reminded to obtain permission to speak from the chair, and questions of the city should be directed to the attorney or the city. At this time, I will ask all persons who expect to give testimony tonight to stand and be sworn in by the city clerk.
The echo, I think, is from the court reporter side.
I think it's coming from the court reporter.
Those are just recorders.
Yeah, but I think it's interfering.
Please raise your right
That's
hand.
playing on the TV.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you will provide the board tonight will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you.
All right, so the cases will be taken out of order tonight. So if you want to pull out your agenda, we'll go through those. On the second page, case 25-2901, that's case number 1. Case number 2 is 25-2225, again on the second page. On the first page, case number 3 will be 25-2001. The remaining new cases will be taken in order after that. But we do have two unfinished business cases that need to be taken out of order. So number 4 will be on page 2, case number 25-1963. And case number 5 will be 25-1944. Okay. You got that, Rod? You know.
The one before that, number 4.
Number 4 was 25-1963 under unfinished business. Okay. So there will be a 3-minute time limit imposed on all comments from the public. Appropriate address when appearing before the board is appreciated. Cell phones must be turned off before or during the meeting. So we're going to do the ex parte communications part now. So at this time, I would like to ask board members if they have had any ex parte communication regarding any matters coming before the Code Enforcement Board this evening. If you have had verbal communications, please discuss the sum and substance of these communications, when and where the communications occurred, and with whom it occurred. If you have received any written communications, please disclose the nature of the communications and provide it to the city clerk to be filed in the record.
I've had none.
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 Next, we'll move to approval of the minutes from the June 11th meeting. So we had a workshop last month. Have all board members received the minutes of the June 11th, 2025 meeting?
Yes.
Yep.
If the minutes are acceptable, I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Yeah. So we'll call for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays. Motion passes. So I think we're ready for the first case.
Case number 25-2901, City versus Eddie Antonio Barrera Escobar. Violation is Section 12-768A1, tree unlawful removal, and Section 12-763- tree removal penalty. Site of violation was 6125 Liberty Avenue.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Karina Fuller. I've been retained to represent the respondent in this case. I've had an opportunity to speak with the city attorney, and I believe he has an announcement.
Good evening, Board. Tonight, the respondents provided a arborist letter, a certified ISA arborist letter that meets the qualifications of the state statute, so we'll be dismissing this case.
Okay,
Thank you.
so we need to go through a formal dismissal, or?
No, we're dismissing
You're
the case.
dismissing the city is?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Thank you. I have nothing before the board. I'm going to be excused. Thank you. Just don't know how formal this is, so I just wanted to be respectful.
All right, so that was easy.
I was excited. I thought it was a tree case. We're gonna kind of get them.
Exercise your knowledge.
All right.
We have
so
some knowledge now.
Ready for the next case?
Case number 25-2225, City versus Raymond Barunda and Chassis Natalie Barunda, for the property located at 7504 North Sanibel Circle. This case is before the board based on alleged violation of Section 10-34, sanitation premises clean. The case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Compliance Officer Danielle Batt. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Good evening. I'm Officer Batt with Code Compliance. This case this evening was initiated by me on May 27, 2025, in violation of the City Code of Ordinance with a courtesy door hanger allowing time to correct prior to further enforcement. The code section is 10-34 for the failure to keep premises clean with a pile of debris on the side of the dwelling. On June 16, 2025, upon reinspection, the violation continued, so a notice of violation was created with a reinspection date of July 1st, 2025, and posted to the subject property, requested posting to City Hall on the electronic board, and sent certified mail and regular mail to address of record. Upon reinspection on July 21st, 2025, the violation continued, so a notice of hearing was created, and on July 22nd, 2025, posted to the subject property, requesting posting to City Hall on the electronic board for the 10-day requirement, and sent both certified mail and regular mail to the address of record. As of my last inspection on August 1st, 2025, the violation was brought into compliance, and at this time I would like to submit evidence for case number 25-2225, supporting the case and asking finding of fact, and upon orders issued, I would close the case.
You may submit. So are there any questions for you said it is in compliance, correct?
It is. You will see in Exhibit 1, there's a copy of notice of violation with an affidavit of posting, as well as photos. Exhibit 2 is going to be a copy of notice of hearing and with affidavit of posting and photos. And Exhibit 3 is a copy of the affidavit of compliance and photos of reinspection from August 1st, 2025, prior to today's hearing.
So,
May I ask a question?
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. What took it so long to come in compliance? I mean, you gave him ample
I
time.
think, I apologize, I believe a lot of it was actually a communication lapse, because once they received the actual notices or visited the home at some point, I believe that's when it was quicker to get resolved.
Thank you.
No problem.
So assume, because of the number, the second, is the respondent here? Would you like to speak? Or you don't have to if you don't want to.
No. I'll come up here. So we're the property managers.
Yep, name and.
Oh, Anthony Galvez, Topaz Realty Property Management, and we represent the owner. And once we found out that these defects were, happening, they were corrected. And in fact, they just cut the grass the last day, but the whole place is now clean. The perimeter of the building is, and no trash like you saw in the pictures.
Okay, awesome.
And
Any questions for the respondent?
May I make a motion?
Sure. Go ahead, Ron. Go for it. You can sit down, be seated if you want, or
no, I can go now, right?
you can,
Okay, good.
yeah, you might want to say just for the official compliance.
In case number 25-22, 5, City versus Roman, I move that the city has proven by the greater weight of evidence the following violations of the City of Temple Terrace City Code did exist on the property located at 7504 North Sanibel Circle with the applicable code violation section 10-34. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from the code enforcement officer, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavit, and the notice of violation of which received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that there be no fine imposed because the violations were brought into compliance prior to the date of this hearing.
Any further discussion on this? No?
I'll second it.
Okay.
Second.
Yeah, sorry. I got it. I got my Robert's Rules of Order out of.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. All right, so any further discussion? Seeing none, I'll ask for a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No nays? Motion passes. So you're good to go. Yeah, you'd like to, thanks. Okay, great, awesome. All right, so we're on to case number 3.
Okay. Case number 25-2001, City versus Deborah E. Holton Fisher and James H. Fisher for the property located at 511 Gerard Drive. This case is before the board based on alleged violation of Section 8-10213P, Structural Supports, Section 8-10213C, Roofs, Section 8-10213B, Exterior Walls, and Section 8-10213H, Windows and Exterior Doors. This case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Compliance Officer Doug Allen. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and the notice of hearing were properly served.
Good evening, Mr. Vice Chairman and board members. Doug Allen, Code Compliance Officer. This case was originated by me on May 13th, 2025 for damaged structural supports, damaged roof, and damaged exterior walls and a damaged garage door caused by a tree from the hurricane. I left a door hanger with a reinspection date of May 31st, 2025. My reinspection on June 5th showed no change, so I generated a notice of violation on that date with a reinspection date of July 7th, 2025. I posted the notice at the property, and a copy was posted at City Hall on the electronic board for the 10-day requirement, and copies were mailed, both certified and regular mail, to the address of the owner of record. My reinspection on July 24th showed no change, so I prepared a notice of hearing on that date, and the case was scheduled for the August Municipal Code Board meeting. This time I'd like to submit photographic evidence taken by me on June 5th and July 25th, 2025.
You may submit.
All right. Exhibit 1 will show the posting of the notice of violation. Exhibit 2 will show the posting of the hearing notice. Exhibit number 3 will show the damaged garage door and structural supports. Exhibit number 4 will show the damaged roof and walls. And exhibit number 5 will show damaged roof and structural supports. The site is not in compliance, and I'm seeking a ruling.
So none of the 4 violations?
No, sir, nothing's changed.
At this point, okay. Do we have any questions for the code officer?
Have you been in contact, have they been in contact with you, the owners, at
They
all?
haven't been in contact with me, but I believe they did speak to our director.
Are they here?
Oh, yeah.
Are they here?
Yeah, the respondents are here.
Sure.
Yeah.
So they're still occupying the home?
As far as I know, yes, sir.
Okay. As far as the structural supports, how do we have any verification that I mean, it looks like it's damaged, but have there been any inspections from the city side or anything to verify that at all?
That would be a question for the building inspector.
Okay.
But it appears that most of the damage is more to the garage part of the building than it is the structure of the house.
Okay.
Anything else?
One question, Ms. Beck. Is it a detached garage?
No, it's not detached. I mean, it does stick out somewhat from the rest of the residence, but it does appear to be attached to in the back of the garage area.
So, and then exhibit number 4, can you explain that for me? The garage is right on the right,
Yep.
and
There's
what's
like a
that wall?
courtyard area between that.
Standalone wall or something?
Yeah, it's like I would call it a decorative privacy wall. It runs parallel to the sidewalk.
And then the home after that?
Well, the sidewalk that's leading, that's the entry sidewalk, and it turns, it makes a 90-degree angle to the front door.
Okay.
The front door would be just to the left of that photo. You can see the sidewalk there, then as it dead ends, takes a right, or emergency right, or immediate right, and that leads you to the front door. It's like a little courtyard area behind that damaged wooden wall, fence, whatever you'd like to have it termed as.
Okay.
So is there any damage to the house structure itself?
Doesn't appear to be, from what I can see. Most of it, the garage and that little decorative wall took the brunt of it, I would say.
You can see tarps on the roof. Have there been any other mitigation tactics or anything that you know or any other attempts to repair it all?
I mean, it looks just like those photos.
Okay. No, that's it for me.
4 total violations, right?
Yeah, correct.
And we're here from the director as to the conversations he had with the owner.
Yes, please.
Good afternoon, Vice Chair and Board. I did have a conversation with the property owners, and we expressed our interest in bringing this home into compliance for them as well as the neighbors. There's also a safety aspect that goes along with that. During the conversation, the property owner, Mr. Fisher, informed me that he had contacted a contractor that day, and this was several weeks ago, and we still haven't seen any movement on the property since then.
I'm sorry, have or have not?
Have not.
Thank you.
What type of safety issues were just because of, not for the house, it's for the house itself or for the?
Well, for traversing, so the car continues to park in the driveway. There's been things that have leaned on the car from time to time, and then they're moved out of the way again. Not to mention that there's people living in the home. They're traversing that area. It's a safety hazard as a whole, from our perspective.
Okay, thanks. Any other questions for, okay, so I guess, would the respondents like to?
I'd like to speak.
Sure, yeah. Just-
Well, the homeowner,
Oh,
would the homeowner be first?
do
Do we want to verify?
is this the homeowner? I don't know who's who here as far as,
Are you just a neighbor or are you?
I'm next door neighbor.
Okay, 1 second, because we need to have.
we need to respond, the homeowners first.
And the other issue is going to be, this is a quasi judicial hearing, so it really isn't open to the public to come up and just speak. And I'm not sure how we're going to handle that unless I begin to ask them questions so that they become witnesses. Otherwise, we have a quasi judicial hearing here.
We've had neighbors come and speak before though, right?
To my knowledge, it's always been as they were a witness. I'm trying, because again, this is quasi judicial, not like legislative, not like city council where people come up and have a public comment time. This is actually a quasi judicial hearing.
Yeah,
So, what we can do is in order to get them, I'll call them as witnesses. All right, after we've heard from the respondents.
Okay.
I can speak?
No, not yet. We need to hear from the respondent, from the owners first.
Good evening. My name is James Fisher. I'm one of the homeowners.
Address is?
511 Girard Drive.
Thank you.
Okay. First of all, I want to thank the city for their good advice and support in a couple of different conversations that we've had from Jack with the board, and also Dallas Foss, who was also able to give us some good common sense support on the visit that he made. Yes, we do have a lot of damage to a garage that if the wind shear from that storm had not blown all the trees in the neighborhood down to the southwest, but down to the south, it would have completely cut our house in half. As it is now, it's basically the garage, and we have taken steps to have a little bit of mitigation that has happened since you've seen the place for an incidental damage to the roof of the main building. But I'm here to either give you a full timeline of what's been going on in the project, or would you like to just know what things have happened in the recent days? I can do either one.
I think the timeline would be preferable, right?
Okay.
Just to give us, because, you know,
Background on it.
background information.
Okay. First of all, it took 3 different instances of 2 different tree companies to get this enormous tree dealt with. The canopy off the roof of the garage, the fallen part of the tree out of the side of the garage, and then the remaining half of the tree out of the yard. That took us, because of that just took us 5 months to effect between October and mid-February. So there's that block of time. One of the contractors was not up to, it was out of his depth as far as getting that tree taken out. At that point, we also talked to our financial institution and our insurance company to get the process of getting a settlement from the insurance company, and of course before that getting a claim done for the structure there. And pardon me, that took its own block of time, of course, as the adjuster was there for most of like 6 hours. It was kind of a complicated thing. So at that point, we also had the good luck of finding a good contractor. Actually, the contractor was recommended by several of our friends and even our neighbor. And we have a copy here of a contract for the demolishing and the rebuilding of the garage. And we also have a copy of the check for the earnest money that we put down as a first payment for that contractor. We have a general contractor, Imperial Southern Construction, has taken on the project, and they are the ones that have informed me that we are basically now waiting for the city and the engineer to sign off on the project, and then we can pull permits. So basically, the ball's out of our court. We're waiting for that to happen, and then when that happens, we start tearing the place down and rebuilding it in earnest. One side comment is the small incidental damages to the roof that have been addressed will be permanently repaired once the garage is rebuilt, and then the roofer can take care of both things at once. So that's pretty common sense, the way it goes. So that is where we are at. At this point, we're waiting on engineers and permits. If any of you'd like a copy of the contract that we signed, you're away.
Should we put that into the
do that too.
into the record? I don't think it would hurt.
That's a copy.
It's a copy you can have.
Yeah, please.
May I speak, Mr. Co-Chairman?
It shows the fact that of all the people here present, we want what you want, and we probably want it worse than you want. Okay, so that's the paperwork that says we are on board. We're trying to get this taken care of, and we're just waiting on the permits.
So I think we had one question from Rod, okay?
You're mentioning that, did you submit plans to the city for permitting, or you're still in the process of doing the engineering?
According to my contractor, and he, unfortunately, he's not here tonight, but he said that he is waiting on the engineer to sign off on the project. That's all he's told me. So,
So we probably need to talk to the building inspector.
We'll ask the city if they have any permits submitted on your behalf.
Engineering plan.
The other question,
Yeah, architectural plans.
the other question, do you have any damage inside the home, the portion that you mentioned that there is attached to the garage? Do you have any leaks, water coming in, or?
there was some drywall damage to a ceiling that, again, on the edges of the garage. But those have been, those are temporarily repaired because of what has been put on top of the roof. And we're happy with that. We've been safely in that building since the storm with full utilities and a safe environment. It looks worse, a lot worse on the outside, but that's where we're at.
Any other questions?
I'd like to hear from Dallas.
Hmm?
I'd like to hear from Dallas.
Yeah, well, I don't know how, do you want to call witnesses first, or how do we proceed with?
No, let's get the city, the building official. and
Yeah, that's what I
If you have
was-
any questions for him.
Okay. All right, so, thank you.
Good evening, Dallas Foss, the building official. I have been been there, looked at it, when the tree was on it, now the tree's off. The garage does have to, the actual structure itself may have minor damage, but nothing major, nothing that, the big question that I have, and once we can get in and look at it, is the west wall of the garage is where the electrical feed for the home is. And that wall has been damaged. So
Where the panel is?
yeah, everything's, it's exterior mounted panel. And so that wall's actually been whacked pretty good and bowed. But you couldn't get in the garage to get in there safely, so that's why it's in question.
Rod, I'm going to ask you please to,
So-
just ask for permit, okay?
So once
We don't want to,
we get down the road, the contractor, the engineer that's gonna do the design work will be in there, and be able to tell us what's going on with that. But obviously, there doesn't seem to be any issues with electrical at this time, because they're still living there and we haven't seen anything come up. But you have any other questions?
yeah, I know one question was where there's architectural drawings that were submitted to the city,
Nothing
and
submitted at this time.
nothing has been submitted, so even though
Probably
they have.
is they're getting, the plans are already getting designed, have to be signed and sealed by an engineer or architect, then they can submit them. So they're probably still in that stage. If you just signed a contract recently, it can take 2 to 3 months to get that done, depending upon what the integrity of it is.
So the contractor would submit
Yes.
the architectural stuff,
Mhm.
sort of, it
Permits,
seems backwards to me. But-
plans, permits, everything come out at the same time.
Okay.
That's done by the contractor of record,
All right, so you guys don't have anything
not at this time.
at this, so he was saying that the city, he was waiting on the city to approve something, but I don't know what that would be.
If nothing's been submitted, we can't approve it until it gets submitted.
Okay. So,
I was gonna ask the same thing, because he said, he put me under the impression that the plans have been submitted, they're waiting on the city.
right,
So that nothing is submitted at all.
Not at this time.
Okay.
Just one question with the electrical. You said where the panel is, the wall is bowed and all that. Has anyone inspected the electrical on that to make sure that it's
Not to my knowledge, I have not.
okay?
With the roof damage and everything that's done to the garage,
Yeah,
it's probably unsafe to go in it, to get in there to look at it,
right,
because you're gonna enter through where the tree hit.
right.
So it's
Okay.
like, I'm not taking that chance.
That's right.
I think you're saying that the garage could possibly be repaired, although I think the
This-
respondent said it was to
No,
be,
this garage needs, that portion, it's attached by probably maybe 10 feet of a rear wall, but everything else is freestanding. It'll come down and get a new one built.
Oh, okay, so
It'll go to the ground.
I misheard what you said then, so, okay. Anything else?
I'm good.
All right. That's all we, so did we want to proceed with either bring the respondent back up and have them explain the discrepancy that we're hearing?
I would do that first, because again, with our neighbors that are here, which I'll actually ask them to kind of stand up so you can see how many are here. But again, keeping in mind this quasi judicial, and what you'll be weighing is, actions taken by the violator to correct the violation, the gravity of the violation, and whether there's been previous violations. Those are really what you have to weigh when you come to your decision. So if I can have everybody keep that in mind, I know you want to speak, but those are going to be the things that are going to be relevant for the board. All right, so when the time comes, but if you want to call up the respondent again.
Did he?
I don't remember.
Was there a letter that the respondent submitted as well? Did we pass that?
Contract.
Yeah, I just haven't had a chance to review all that.
Mr. Fisher, if you could come back up here. Thanks.
I saw that. I did.
So the question is, we're getting, your side of the story is that you've already submitted paperwork or something to the city waiting for approval. The city's saying they haven't received anything from your contractor or yourself, so.
What I do know is that the contractor has spent an enormous amount of time trying to do this right, and he has gone through the structure, and he has talked about engineering and architectural requirements, but those are things I don't know much about. He's simply telling me that he understands that there's a backlog with the engineer that will take until at least the end of this month, if not more. But that's really all I know. I'm not really well versed in what the architect and the engineer do to approve a project, but that's where I understand we're at, is waiting on that end of the process.
So it sounds like we're waiting on the contractor, not the city, so that's.
Or it could be both, I have no idea.
It sounds, if I may, it sounds like it's the engineer, because like you said, that is typical that you have to get the engineering plans, and there's.
That's as I understand it, yes.
Now, I know that you mentioned there was time just to get the tree off, and then the insurance claim and all that. Is all of that what pushed this back? Because the contract is dated, just July. Was there any reason, aside from those things that?
The Stats family that owns the contracting firm, they did a lot of putting pieces together, talking with their own subcontractors, getting consultations as to what they can do for us. And that took its own amount of time.
Okay.
Has the contractor given you any indication about when this might be completed? When I know there's drawings that have to be submitted and the city has to approve it and all that stuff, but have they given you any timeline at all as far as when this might be completed?
I have no idea. All I know is that they're trying to figure out what they can do before permits are pulled, and then start in earnest when the permits are pulled. He's already talked about a dumpster, and we have to get some debris out of the structure, of course. But I've heard no set date or even a general ballpark idea. We've just started this process and given earnest money a month ago.
Okay. Any other?
Can I ask a question? Because here's the part that this occurred during Hurricane Milton, correct?
Yes.
Which was first or second week of October.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like the contracts aren't until July. Don't understand why it's taken so long to get this moving forward.
Well, A lot of it is just the cumulative effect of the time it took to get the tree removed and to take care of that part of it, and then get the insurance people to file a claim and get that claim taken care of. You know, and we do have a settlement that's adequate for the project. And then, again, the contractor has also spent a lot of time trying to do this right, trying to figure out what they can do for us, and some of that's outlined in the contract. But it's regrettable that it's taken this long, but it's also, you know, we would have rather had it all tied up and done before hurricane season started, but it just wasn't going to happen. But we do have a general contractor in place. We have money forward, and that's as much as I can tell you. Yes.
As a contractor myself, I mean, this process that you're talking about, unfortunately, is pretty normal and it's lengthy. When you're dealing with the insurance, that could take months. That's 6, 8, 9 months. Then you're pending on engineering plans as well to sealed and approved, get Florida product approvals. And all this is done before a permit is applied for. So when I hear the gentleman talking about this, unfortunately, due to the gravity of multiple homes that have been impacted by the hurricane, this is the norm right now. The insurance process may take up to 9. I'm still dealing with homeowners right now that are still waiting for insurance proceeds right now. So I understand
We
where you're
consider
coming from.
ourselves fortunate that we were able to get a settlement, yeah.
Correct.
Did you have a question? Or
No, I just wanted to just share, just comment on the fact that what I'm hearing is it's unfortunately the norm right now for the process.
Just one question. Did they give a timeline once work commences for the project? And I know that every project can take longer than expected, but is this a month-long process once work starts, once everything's approved, all of that? Normally they can give you some sort of ballpark on that.
I wish I could tell you that.
Okay.
I can ask our contractor going forward to get in touch with you and give you a better idea. But I really couldn't commit to that sort of timeline. I would hope, as you would hope, that it would be as soon as possible. And what is, as you were saying, about what's possible sometimes takes a while. We're just asking your forbearance to let our new contractor do what he needs to do, and then again, we're waiting to do the right thing. We're waiting to get the permits, get things going, because that's what we want.
All right. Any other questions? All right, thank you.
Okay.
Is there anything else that the city would like to contribute to this discussion as far as, not really?
Not at this time, thank you.
Okay, all right. All right, so, I guess we're ready to, I guess we're ready for a motion. If you guys are-
Did we have witnesses?
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. I'd like to hear from Douglas as to why, if this happened back in October, why it's now just being brought to the board in June.
Well, the respondent did reply about it. He said that it took 5 months to get the tree off the house, basically, or off the garage, basically. That's part of it. And then there was an insurance settlement too. So I'm not sure if that's an adequate answer.
I'm just,
And there was a lot of people who have been going through that same issue, so.
Yeah, so, anyway, but if you'd like to bring him.
No, that's fine.
For the benefit of the neighbors, if everybody who's here on this case that are neighbors, if you could just stand up and identify yourself. Just so the board has an understanding of the impact that this is having. All right. Now, again, keeping in mind that this is a quasi-judicial hearing, and they have to process and apply facts. Does anybody have any factual information that they would like to provide to the board?
I had questions.
That isn't the role of that's the role of everybody, of the city and of the board. I totally understand the impact on this. Do you have anything factual that you would like to add?
Just a question.
I can't do questions,
I'm
and I
concerned about
apologize.
the interior of the house, that there might be mold and mildew. There's a small child there, and I'm concerned if there's been any inspection by my neighbors for the safety of the folks inside. It was like a bomb went off when that happened.
All right. If the board would like to ask that question of the respondent, then the board may do so.
I think we asked a lot
No.
of safety.
We did ask some, but I guess I could ask the respondent
Well,
one more
everybody can have a
question.
seat. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to leave you standing.
Wait, I can ask one more. When the insurance company came out and the adjuster was out there, did they do an inspection of the main living home as well?
Yes.
Did they identify any concerns, health or safety concerns, to your knowledge?
No.
Okay, it all was to the garage.
And to be perfectly clear, nobody's living in the garage, either past or present. So,
Okay.
That's, yeah, exactly that. And again, we're extremely fortunate that the wind shear did not come straight south and cut the whole place in half. We're just, we want this as much as anybody else to get it taken care of. But we do have family in the house, and everything is normal there. So, yeah.
Do you have any roof leaks, any moisture or water coming into the house?
We had one that had to be remedied. There's a nice, fairly sturdy patch just up from the garage roof. And again, that will be permanently fixed when the new roof goes on.
I was referring to the house itself, not the garage.
Yeah, there is that one area that you can see it now. It's been patched up
Yeah,
fairly well by the
You
contractor.
said that there was some wallboard that was damaged, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But, everything's safe and livable all inside, yeah. Or we wouldn't have my granddaughter living there.
One more question.
Okay, sure.
Are you planning on remodeling inside the house?
Remodeling inside the house?
Remodeling the house inside?
Not at this time, no.
Oh,
But the drywall repair is part of the contract too.
okay. Mildew.
All right.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
And if, Mr. Shands, could you bring up the photographs of the part of the house that has the tarp on it? Yes. Let's figure out what's going on with this tarp. Because it seems to be over the living, is part of that tarp over the area of the house where people live?
No.
That is, where is that tarp?
That's on the east side of the garage itself, the big blue part that you see there.
Well, the only question I have is it looks like there's a window back there, and then the tarp up there is on a portion of the roof that's above the window. So I'm guessing that is living area.
That is a tarp that deteriorated after a while. The original first tree company put the tarp up to try to make sure that there was the rain, the water from the entire roof was not going to affect the property. So there was a big blue tarp on the top of there, and we were actually hoping to put a temporary roof on the garage, but through FEMA's Project Blue Roof, but the contractor said it wasn't safe to do. So the remnant of that tarp is what you see there. It's just there to try to keep rain off the east side of the garage.
All right, that's all I had.
Anything else? Thanks again. So I think, unless we want to ask for more.
No one had any factual information, and to bring anything else in, I think would prejudice your decision.
Sounds good to me. All right, so I think we're ready for a motion.
I'd like to make a motion.
Okay, thanks.
In case number 252001, I move the city has proven by a greater weight of the evidence the following violations of the City of Temple Terrace Code exist on the property located at 511 Gerard Drive. And, yep, that is section 8-102, subsection 13, subsections P, C, B, and H. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from the Code Enforcement Officer Doug Allen, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and the notice of violation, all of which is received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that said violation be corrected on or before September 9th, 2025. If the respondent does not comply with the order on or before that date, I order that they are ordered to pay a fine each and every day the violation continues past the date set for compliance. Upon considering the following factors, the gravity of the violation, any actions taken by the violator to correct the violation, and any previous violations committed by the violator, I move that the fine be $25 per day.
We have a motion. You have a second?
I'll second, just so we can get to discussion.
All right. So we have a second. So now,
Can I explain myself before we get into the question?
absolutely.
I just wanted to make a motion that had a fine attached to it to encourage the respondent to come back in a month so that we can see if the contractor has filled the paperwork out, filed, things have gotten moving. I expect that at that time we'll revisit this and possibly make a motion to extend that so that you can get the house fixed. I'm not looking to find the guy, I'm just looking to make sure we can stay on top of it.
I also, yeah, I agree with you. I'd like to see a 30 days. I know at least we would know that the plans are ready, signed and sealed. They're in the hand of the city at least, or maybe already a permit pulled by this time, that 30 days. That was satisfying. I'm agreeing on the 30 days till our next meeting, and you know how it is after that. Thank you.
Absolutely agree that we need to have them come back in 30 days.
Yes.
Gina?
I don't agree. I would like to see 60 only because, I recently had some permits pulled for a shed on my house. It took 30 days from the time I brought everything to the city to the time I actually got the permit. So we're not even at that stage. So if we're talking, somebody, I think it was you that mentioned, it might be 30 days before they can get the engineer and the plans and everything to the city for approval. So, yes, I'd like to see movement, but I think 30 days is not realistic in that it won't be at the city by then. Definitely won't get a permit by 60 days, by 30 days, I mean.
This way.
So, just, you know.
I like the 30 days because then we see what efforts have been made in that time. Yeah. That even if we have an understanding that it can take longer, and I work in engineering, I was in insurance for a long time, I know this process well, we can at least see the efforts. You can put pressure on your contractor, you can try to ask questions, double check things. There are things that homeowners can do. And I think that's really what we're trying to ask for.
From my understanding, if you don't mind, the contract is signed in July. Almost, I'm looking at the time a month ago. So things has to be, and some money's paid too, I think.
Quite a bit, also.
Yeah, quite a bit. So we want to see some motion. I agree with the 1 month. Let him come back in 1 month and tell us where he's at. That would be the best way. I want this to be fixed as soon as possible. Because it seems to me, I'm so far, I listened, I was concerned with safety. That's why I asked a lot of, I've never been at the site, but it seems to me there's something happening inside where the garage is attaching to the building. So, but from what we understand, he had some kind of patching and he can maintain that. But we want it done as soon as possible. So 1 month.
I totally agree. We need to see some signs of progress.
Yes.
Can I have one more thing?
Sure.
Just on a quick side note, we can see the impact that it's had on the neighborhood. I think this is us doing our jobs and making sure that, people are
Right.
being held accountable, is all.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, this started in October.
Agreed.
Right, of last year, so that we need to see some, that.
Contract is signed, too.
So is there any, just one other comment, is there any concern about the amount of the fine? Because usually, I mean, just to be consistent, we usually apply for multiple violations like this.
I would argue that this is really just one fine that, the garage is broken. And I mean, we have multiple different subsections for the purposes of identifying those smaller things, but.
I noticed they were all letters, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's the same code. It's the same, just, subsection, so.
So I would argue that, and again, I mean, there's, that's, if we look at it, the gravity of the violation, right, the gravity of the violation is out of the violator's hands at this, they've done a lot of their own due diligence, which leads to the actions that they've taken. Yeah, I would like to see movement on the, the electrical panel, but aside from that, I think, they're not routinely in here for violations, so they don't have any reoccurring things. They've taken a lot of action, and, the gravity here is more significant to them than it is to the city, I think.
All right, so are we ready for a vote? All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
1 nay, so the motion passes 5 to 1. All right. So, Mr. Fisher, if you want to come up, we'll just try to explain it. So you heard all of, I know you're a smart guy, so I don't think we need to explain too much. But basically, you found in violation, and you have 30 days to correct the violation. Obviously, I mean, odds are you're not going to get it completely done by then, but you can always come back here to the next meeting to give us, ask for an extension, and we can't guarantee it'll be granted, but that's the process that we follow. So.
Understood.
Got it?
Sure.
Okay, all right, thank you. So I think I'm ready we're on to unfinished business, right? The case.
Case number 25-1963, City versus Perez Rio and Kathleen Sarah Lerner for the property located at 6006 Soaring Avenue. The deadline for compliance was August 13th, 2025. Fine of $50 per day began August 14th, 2025. The violations of Section 12-861E6, fences, appearance, Section 10-3B, sanitation, grass, weeds, Section 12-900, 13, safety barrier, and Section 12-901, pools, duty to maintain. Not in compliance as of today.
All the violations, or just, were any of them brought into compliance? We need to.
None of them.
Or we can, okay.
None of them have been brought into compliance at this time.
Okay. So who was the code officer? Was it? Oh, did you have anything you wanted to?
Sir, I believe that the house is either maybe under foreclosure or something's going on with the property.
Could you
Come up to the.
come up to the?
Oh, the podium.
Yeah.
I believe that the attorney had said something last time, Mr. Vice Chairman, about this property. Either it's foreclosure, something is going on with the property. Ernie will be able to tell you a little bit better, but I know that this came up our last meeting.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember, but yeah.
Right.
If I may.
Yeah.
We did get a call earlier this week because the home has actually deteriorated further since the last time I drove by on Monday this week. And now there's their siding flapping off the side of the home. We got a call from somebody who's going to be closing on this property on the 26th of August. So there's a buyer for this property. And I believe he spoke to the city attorney as well for your consideration. But the house has not been repaired to date.
When's he closing on it?
August 26th.
Do we wait for Ernie to, I think we should.
We could. Somebody go get
do a
him.
recess?
Thank you, ma'am.
No problem.
Looks like he's busy.
Earlier case, was it under like, where it was?
I'm sorry, Board.
Okay. We just had some question about an unfinished business case.
Yes.
606 Soaring Avenue, that there was, Lori said there,
Yes.
Officer Smith said that somebody had contacted you
Is there
possibly?
someone on that case?
I'm not the owner, am I allowed to speak?
Yeah.
What is your position? How are you related?
I'm the
to-
realtor
The
for the
realtor?
property.
Okay. Let me talk real quick because I do have some information on it. I know that they're trying to sell the house now, and I did send an email to the, did you get a copy of that email?
Yes.
Okay, let them know what the violations are, where the deadline is today, because, unless you guys extend the deadline, they are aware that a $50 a day fine will start tomorrow, because none of the violations have been corrected, to my knowledge, right? I've also made them aware of the previous violation and lien that's out there, and other violation that hasn't even been cited yet, which is siding up on the second story that's loose flap and has exposed the insulation. Right? So I just want, so you guys have that update right now. That's where this is at. And I think they're trying to do a short sale because it's in foreclosure.
I have a question.
So, yeah, I was just gonna ask, so is there public danger, public risk involved, or health risk involved with the flapping, whatever problems are on the house, involved with the house, is there?
The new violation that hasn't been written yet, the flapping siding, it appears to be on there pretty well. If we get a significant storm, it will come off. But as of right now, it's on there.
Okay, thanks.
And if she does want, I'm sorry, but if she does want to speak, she can certainly come up.
Absolutely.
Yes, my question, I remember this case. So the original owners are not here. We have the agent. What I'm trying to get at, nothing is done at all with this house. But if we're gonna extend the time, I would like to extend the time, but nobody's asking for extension.
No, they will,
Well,
maybe.
yeah, I don't know, and I don't know if the realtor is authorized to do such a thing, but I will tell you, I have been in touch. They know what the violations, active violations are. And I did, if they do correct them, they'll be eligible for a lien reduction at some point. But anyhow, they do, they know what the situation is.
You said there was a previous lien on
Yes, there is. Now, those violations were corrected, so that's a 5,525 or something like that lien that's out there.
But they haven't asked for a reduction. Oh, well, I guess they.
I sent them a lien reduction application on that, but I know they're trying to do a short sale, and there may be some light shed on that from this person.
For another 2 weeks.
Would you like to? Okay.
I wasn't sure if I was able to speak. My name is Zaina. So I am representing, I guess, the buyer side and the seller side for the sale. It is the 26th of this month. We were in a short sale process and pre-foreclosure when I got the contract back in December. Zev came in February timeframe, and then we were able to finally get everything signed about April timeframe. And he's been talking with the banks to get everything with the pre-foreclosure, and he finally got everything resolved with them last month, and that's how we were able to set the 26 for closing. And he's going to repair everything. He did get an estimate done, and it's about $100,000 repair for the home, including siding, fencing, the pool. And I do know that the current owners are in the process of divorcing, and they also have a bankruptcy also filing that they're going to be doing. So they're financially not in a place to do all the repairs on the home, which is why we're doing the sale of the property.
Any questions? The realtor?
I have a question. What do they want? Like, what are they asking for?
Oh, if we can have an extension, because the sale is the 26th of this month, so then that the new owners can go in and start repairing the property.
Okay.
So a 30-day extension would be sufficient, probably, hopefully, if the closing
Yeah, we
goes
can
well.
start getting some stuff. At least the grass can be cut and the fence can be repaired. I know the pool might take a little bit more time, but at least we can have some progress on the home for you guys, for the new owners and not the current owners to have financially be responsible for it.
Right. Any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
So, need a motion for either an extension or a non-extension, whatever you guys.
I would like to make a motion to extend it because that will give the new owner the chance to correct it. I don't want to complicate things more further and then,
Right.
you know, so 30 days would be.
So make
Yeah.
it official.
Should I make it official? Okay. In case number 25-1963, I move that we extend the deadline for the accruing of the fine till September 10th, 2025.
A motion, is there a second?
Second.
Second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, I'm going to ask for a vote.
I have a.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I would say, I don't think we should necessarily offer them a continuance, only because of the pool and how long that can take. And there's clearly avenues for them to reduce or extinguish any fines that accumulate, but it could be used as kind of a checks and balances against the person buying the house to make sure that they are absolutely going to like take care of the pool, for example, and make sure that's safe, and then anything else associated with the house. It seems like they're committed to buying it, and they've already got a closing date and everything like that, so I don't know if it would, like, if it complicating the sale would necessarily be, you know, a concern.
So you're asking to extend,
I'm asking not to extend it, yeah.
Closing
I mean, I would like to explain it at least rather than just say nay, because I think.
And honestly, I'm a little on the fence with it too, just because like you said, the pool, if the pool is open, as well as, I don't recall if there was water or anything in the pool, but the mosquitoes, there's nothing in the pool?
They drained it.
Okay. But it's exposed or it's open to where someone could just walk in?
That's not true. I need her.
Yeah, you need to, Lori, if you're going to.
There is a fence from my.
Okay, well, this might
Here,
change
just
things.
walk in there to that pool. There is a gate on the side. Now, when I presented the case, there was some slats that were missing on the fence, that if somebody wanted to really crawl through there to get in the backyard, they could. They did put up a couple more of the slats. The last time it still needed, I think, 2 or 3 more. But the pool was empty.
Okay, and it seems relatively contained or safely secured?
Yes, it does, by the fence on either side.
Okay.
Just a gate, you know what I'm saying? And then it's a shared fence between them and the next door neighbor on the one side, Mr. Hubert. So that fence is good on this side. Your next door neighbor, it's a shared fence on this side as well. They've done their due diligence on their fences.
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
One at a time, please.
Yeah, sorry. Is there anybody living in the house?
Yes, just the husband, because the wife and the kids moved out.
Okay, I'll retract it. I'm fine with continuance then.
Yeah, sorry, if you're going
I'm
to. You're going to testify, you need.
Yeah, just the husband is living at the home. I talked to the wife and she's moved out with the kids to, I believe, her parents' home.
All right. Did you have a question, Rod, to?
Yes, just for
the
Brian
real-
and
for the
David.
realtor
Yeah,
or-
no, for her, no, I'm done. For Brian and David, I wanted the actual person who is gonna own the house, and then we deal with him. Other than that, just we're putting a violation on somebody has not bought the house yet. So we'll give that 1 month, so hopefully it'll go through. That's why, my thinking went that way to 30 days extension, even though the real owner should be here asking for 30 days to sell the house.
Right.
And he's not here, or she, or whatever, since they're having the, but we're taking the realtor, trying to get this going, and that was my strategy for this. It's not like I like to give it 30 days. I'm with you. We need this cleaned up, fixed as soon as possible. But if we did, the violation is going to be a curing, and now they're going to go through another process of reduction, whatever. Lien reduction is already, if you explained that he already asked for a lien reduction.
No, he has
No,
not. But
no?
There was a previous lien on the property.
Previous, yeah, that's,
This, if we
if we
didn't
add
extend
another
it,
lien,
there would
yeah.
be another second lien.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, so that's why, let's give that 30 days going, and then we'll take it from there. I don't want to extend it more than that. When we see the new owner trying to do something and fix the property.
All right. Any further discussion?
I'm good.
Oh, sorry.
Chair, could I have a point of order? On the motion of extending the deadline to September 10th, 2025, is that also then including that there would be the fine of $50 per day beginning on September 11th? Is that the order, or is this just the order is to extend the deadline to September 10th? Because right now, the order was that the fine, $50 per day, begins August 14th, which was tomorrow if they don't meet it. So if we're extending it, in the order, will we write the order that if they don't comply by September 10th, that fine starts?
That is correct, on September 11th.
Yes.
Yes, so the two will kind of travel in a pair. But I want to be sure that that the buyers know that when they buy this house, they are buying, the lien that's on it, that they'll be coming with it, and these code violations are coming with it. And I want to be sure that the buyers are aware of that.
Yes.
Should we bring the realtor back?
Yeah.
Probably need to just.
She knows that.
Yes. Well, it is a cash sale, and they do know about the other lien that they had previously. And they've been working through other liens that he had too. I know that there's one with the garbage, so they're clearing that one too as well. So I'm sure that they won't have any issues with knowing that this lien is also going to be in effect September 11th if you guys approve.
But the 4 violations that they have will be enforced, barring another extension, which doesn't sound like we're going to do. So, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So any other comments or questions? All right, so we're ready for a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No nays? Motion passes. So, so just so you can take it back to the owner, the information back to the owners, they've been, excuse me, they've been extended for another 30 days. So I think it's September 10th is the new deadline for them, okay? And I think they could come back and, you or someone could come back and ask for another extension if the.
Or would it start over with the new owner? Would it start over with the new owner?
Well, assuming
The violations.
No.
There's already been an order entered.
Right.
Okay.
So they will, like I said, when they purchase the property,
Okay.
they are also, they are then taking those
Responsibilities.
violations
Right.
and
Okay.
looking to cure it with it.
Right.
And the risk of a $50 a day fine.
So assuming the closing goes through, they could come back and ask for an extension after they've purchased the property. Okay, so there, that's the full story, all right?
Thank you guys.
All right, thank you. All right.
And just to answer your question, or maybe provide some clarification, if there hadn't been an order entered, we would have obviously given the new owners an opportunity to fix that before it came to the board, but it's already been to the board.
All right, we're on to the Next unfinished business case.
Case number 25-1944, City versus Sharbani Abdul Hussein and Amiri Atyusa. For the property located at 332 Sunnyside Road, the deadline for the compliance was August 13th, 2025. Fine of $75 per day beginning August 14th, 2025. Violation 10-4B4A, nuisance building, 90 days. Section 12-9212, parking driveway standards. Section 8-10218A, sanitation shared area. Section 8-10213H, windows and exterior doors. Section 8-10213K, hardware. Section 12-861E6, fences, appearance. And Section 10-34, sanitation, duty to keep premises clean. Not in compliance.
Could we possibly get a refresh, a memory refresh for the board as far as the violations and any changes, any status change?
So, having been here for a month, the first week I was here, I actually drove by that property to see what the condition was, and it was very bad. I drove by yesterday and today, and there's been no change. In fact, the appearance, in my opinion, has gotten worse. The violations are all still the same. There's nothing new, but the violations are still existing.
Okay, thank you. Unless, do you guys have any other questions for code director? Okay, all right, so we just need to respond to the respondents here. Okay, all right, thank you.
Good evening. Good evening.
Name and address, please.
Abdulhassan Sharbiani, 332 Sunnyside. And last time I presented in front of the board, if you may recall, I presented pictures of foundation cracks in the back, slip cracks, and when I left, what was decided that I would come back at this time with contracts, reports from the engineers, and a solution how to remedy the foundation. Our focus has been try to address this.
Is this the one where there was like a driveway involved, right?
Correct. The issue with delaying the installation of the driveway was we had found step crack foundation issues with the side and the back of the garage. And after consulting with the geotechnical engineer and the structural engineer, we concluded that it didn't make sense to pour a brand new concrete because we actually need, and I have contracts here and reports from the engineer saying that we need 12 underpinning supports all around the front, the side, and the back of the garage. So I have this for your viewing, if you like. The first page is the scope of work. The second page is a diagram showing, they're both the same, two copies of the same. Yeah, I brought four. So basically, our focus has been trying to come up with a solution to reinforce the foundation. Then, once that's done, then it would make sense to proceed with pouring the concrete for the driveway. So that's what I have to share with you.
So there's some other violations that don't seem to be related to the driveway, perhaps?
Issues that we had was a dumpster that was on our driveway that has been removed. There was some vegetation growing on the pool enclosure. We started to remove the pool enclosure, but because there's no gate and there's a safety hazard, we stopped doing that until we can install the gate. Then we can proceed with removing the structure in its totality. The screen has been removed, but the metal framing is still intact, partially. Other things, there were two stockpile of dirt that we discussed last time. Those dirts has grass over it now, so we trim it constantly, but the dirt is needed for backfill when the driveway is poured, so we can fill the dirt along both sides. We're probably due for a pressure wash with all the rain, so that's something that we can go ahead and do if needed.
It looks, I see some other violations for windows and exterior doors. Is that?
The windows that I think they were referring to is a glass enclosure on the side. Those windows have been removed. They're no longer windows, they're just the framing.
So that's.
Wood framing.
So that's my question is, have some of the violations been remedied? It sounds like possibly they have been, but.
From the road, it doesn't appear that way. We can take a look at the windows to see, but from the road and driving by and regular inspections, it doesn't appear that way. But we can absolutely double check and just to see if that has.
And I know the dirt was something that I thought you said you could remove if you, if.
They're within the vicinity of the driveway. I can shift them, but it doesn't make sense to take it in the back and then bring it back again. If that's something that it absolutely needs to be moved, they're basically two piles about 4 feet tall, 6 feet in diameter, and they're inside the middle of the front yard. They're behind some vegetation. If that's something that is aesthetically problematic, I can move it, but I hate to move it and remove it again.
So what's the plan going forward as far as
the plan?
I know I guess you have some contracts and.
Right. So this contract is for installing 12 underpins on the 3 sides of the garage. And this is only part of the cost. The other cost is that we have to actually remove the concrete on the side yard and the pool deck to give access to the contractor. So more or less, I'm looking at about $50,000 in repairs. That and the driveway, it's significant hardship. I would like to be allowed to pour gravel in this driveway and make it useful so I can actually access the garage until this work is complete. Once the work is complete, then we shift the gravel aside where the gate will be, and then we can pour the concrete at that time.
Okay.
And this is for you, sir. I believe last time we heard this case, there was something about the gravel driveway, like the gravel wasn't, or was that allowed? It's like 2 months old.
Yeah, my property is a corner lot. I have a circle driveway on Sunnyside, and this is Brentwood. It's a 24-foot rectangular driveway towards the 2-car garage. I had asked if I could be allowed to simply leave the gravel in place instead of having to pour concrete. But our code ordinance, I think, limit that to dust-free, correct me if I'm wrong, dust-free surface. So it's concrete, asphalt, pavers, that sort of thing. So it's kind of difficult to comply with that and at the same time plan the work that needs to be done. The type of equipment that is needed to install these underpins or heavy machinery with hydraulics, it will crack or damage or stain the driveway. So what I can do is simply sod it. I mean, would be just kind of an acceptable maybe surface, but I'm not sure if the building department will allow that. The other set of remedy is build part of the driveway and leave a strip of 20 feet or so around the garage so we can focus on that. At least the right-of-way portion is in compliance. But again, those are things that I can discuss with the staff and see if we can come up with a solution that works with.
Another question real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
Maybe I missed it in the contract, but how much time do you need to get it into compliance? Like, are we looking at 3 months, 6 months, 2 years? Like, what are we looking at?
I will need financing for this. So now that if you look at the date of that contract, it was submitted to me on the 11th, just a few days ago. So now that I have an idea of what the bulk of it is and what the demo is, I can go start looking at how I can finance this. I think last time I was here, I asked for 6 months. I'm not sure. And the board was graciously gave me 60 days to at least to present this to you. I still think I need 6 months, so maybe another 4 months before I can hopefully complete the project.
Can I ask? Sure. I get what my concern is. It sounds like if we just have this, there's no engineering plans yet. So a signed and sealed report that would be submitted, and that could take, has that, any of that?
This is a design build solution.
A prefab.
The permit that they would submit would have that. The 12 piles that you see there was recommended and engineered by Grandon Engineering, Miss Laura Hall, a licensed engineer.
Now, do you have that, is that report already done, like ready to?
She made her recommendation to this company in order for them to come up with this estimate.
Because like what we were talking about earlier, that can take, to get all of that stuff done could take a while. In addition to the financing bit of it, just getting the logistics of it.
So, I'm a retired engineer.
Oh, okay.
Very familiar with the process. My understanding is that, again, this is a design-build solution.
Okay.
And the engineering has already been done unofficially. Once the contractor submits for the permit, then we have to find out if the city requires additional documentation, which I'm sure will be produced fairly quickly since the design is already there. Correct.
Any other questions? All right, that's it, thanks.
I just need to make a comment. I'm happy to meet with the staff, or any of your staff, at the house, and we can tour and take a look at every one of those items, and if there's anything that I need to do beside this particular item, I'm happy to comply.
That's what I was gonna ask, if Dallas could come up and give us his opinion of what, because obviously there's been, from my perspective, there's been little or no progress, right? I mean, but it is a complicated project, absolutely. I understand that, but just wanted to get the city's perspective on where we go from here.
At this point, we have nothing submitted for the repairs, but if it's a foundation stabilization, which is underpinning typically is, the engineer report that they provide is what we issue the permit off of. So if they sent the report in tomorrow with an application, we can we get a permit out quick on this. That turns a quick turnaround on those. So they could have the underpinning issued in a week. Then they could do that, underpinning gets done, then we go back to the driveway and fence issues at that point. But like he was stating, we need to underpin and secure the foundation of the structure prior to pouring a driveway. So it's stair-stepping it through.
Okay, so, yeah, I'm not really sure where to go with this one, but
The report you have from LRE,
that's
probably the report that's required to get them an underpinning permit.
okay. So in that, you're gonna submit this to the,
Unlike the other case that was before you, where there was insurance and settlement, here this is out-of-pocket expense, so I have to secure the funding first before I can proceed. So the time I'm asking is to be able to figure that out. This is not a insurance claim situation.
right, okay.
I mean, it might be, but based on the conversation I had with the insurance company, they do not cover this sort of thing anymore.
All right, any other questions for the respondent?
Can I ask a question? I thought in your testimony, you said you had done some work on the pool, like you were removing screen, and I forget what else. I just want to be sure, do we still have the appropriate barrier there?
Yeah, we have a child barrier, which is about 4 foot change. That's still in place, but based on what was discussed last session, I decided to halt any more removal of the structure until we have a vehicular gates to close that opening. Then I can proceed with removal of the entire structure.
Okay.
Did you start any process of securing funds to complete this project?
As I said, I just got this 3 days ago, so now I have to go through financing and see what options I have.
Okay.
We're probably gonna go with some sort of a home equity line of
How
credit.
long do you think it's gonna take you?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. What I need is about 4 months for the entire thing. I think once the funding is in place, the work can be done fairly quickly. The permitting process, is short. The actual execution of the underpinning is about 10 days at most. And pouring a driveway is also a 2-day job. So construction activities don't take long. What I need to figure out is how to pay for it.
Now my question is for the director. How is the city's situation if we grant him 1 month, and I think it's gonna be 1 month at a time, in my opinion, even if it's gonna take 4 months, but we cannot grant 4 months on this, in my opinion. Are you okay with it? Or what do you think? What's your opinion on it?
The opinion is, I believe that if there was an effort made to control the exterior appearance of the property, that may help a little bit. As driving by, it looks in very, very poor shape. The front where the double car garage is in great disrepair. The other side is where the vegetation is that needs to be controlled. I believe that would help a little bit to get us where we need to be while the rest of the process is going, even if we went month to month.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If we could just see some progress on some of the other violations, that would be helpful. And like,
Things that can be done while the pinning and all those things are taking place.
May I ask a question? We do have lawn service. We have people that come in and maintain the property every 2 weeks. So I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to, but I'm happy to meet with whoever so we can talk about each items and then come up with, maybe we need to focus on certain area more than others, but.
well, I think one violation was the pool. That's something that could.
The pool.
That's not related to the driveway, right?
The pool, it was more of a screen enclosure where vegetation was growing on it, and I think we addressed that. There's no more screen for vegetation to grow on. And our lawn service people know.
Oh, I thought you said you suspended any.
No,
any
I
screen
suspended removal of the structure. We were actually removing the posts and the screen. And then we got to a point where I realized that it's maybe not safe, so we stopped. And so the structure is still intact. I think that's what you see, but there's no longer an actual screen on top of it.
But could you proceed with getting the structure removed? That's something that's, like I say, it's not related to the.
I mean, I can do that. Again, I'm happy to meet with a representative on site, and we can look at every one of them. And again, my focus has been really the foundation issues, is the headache. But once I address that, everything else falls in together. The house is white, and it's probably due for a good paint. So every 3 months, I have to pressure wash this thing, and with the rains that we get, it's a challenge. So. I think the folks, our friends at the code enforcement knows as well, so they remind me every now and then that a little bit of green is growing, so we try to keep with it, but it's a big house.
Actually, I have a question for Mr. Shanks. You mentioned the mounds, or we talked about the mounds of dirt. Is that one of the issues that is unsightly from the street?
It is. It is.
See, it just seems that has been there a while. I know you feel that moving it back is problematic, but again, I think we need to look at what's going to make the front of this property look good. And
I'm happy to move it. It's not that big of a pile, but
Again, I would like to extend for a month, but I want communication. I want Mr. Jack, our director, come back in 1 month. I know it's gonna take him more than that, from what I can hear. But I want some positive comments. Otherwise, I don't think it'll be extending those days. I want to see something positive from the staff, from the director, and communicating on what makes this property looks better in your opinion.
Yes, we're happy to work with the property owner, and sure we can work something out to get him where he needs to be.
All right, so I think we're ready to have a motion to either grant or,
I'd like to make a motion.
okay, all right.
I would like to grant a continuance for 30 days.
In
So
case-
to September 10th.
In case number 25-19.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes, all of that. So in case number 25-1944, I move that, given the actions taken by the owner, that we grant a continuance of 30 days to September 10th.
I'll second that.
Motion, we have a second. Any further discussion?
Yes, I have just a discussion. It appears here the fine says on the screen $25 per day, and on my paper says here $75. Which one is correct? So it's just something that I noticed. Is that correct?
The fine I see on the paper is $75 per day, and that's.
But on the screen.
Screen, it shows, it does say
Right,
$25 per day.
So I just don't want that discrepancy. I don't know, Mr. Ernie, does that
I
matter?
don't remember offhand, I don't have the file with me, but I am really, really sure it's the 75.
I know it's 75.
Minutes up, right?
Oh, it's,
Sorry,
okay, all right.
sorry.
so-
This is
all
a
right,
notice.
so
of
it is
that.
75.
It's 75. I know it's 75 because I think we remember that motion because it's
Right.
several violations. But on the screen, just
Okay, all right.
for our audience, the broad audience up there. So that's it. That's what.
We got a motion.
Second.
Got a second, and we're ready for a vote. So all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? No nays. Motion passes. So you've been extended for 30 days. and-
40 days. 40 days?
30 days.
30 days.
30 days. So, you obviously understand what the process is, so if you need another extension, hopefully we'll at least report some progress is what we'd like to see for the next meeting.
Significant happiness from our new director. I want him to see him
I look
smile.
forward to meeting you, and then we can walk it and then figure out what is it that.
All right.
will
Thank
you all find happy. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You can keep those copies or this
Oh,
one,
yeah,
whichever.
That's a copy. Huh?
You can keep it on file. It's-
Okay.
It's
All right.
fine. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you very
thank you.
much. Appreciate it.
All right, so we're going to start from the new cases from the top, right? Oh, do we
I
need,
do have one other sign up that
Oh,
came in
okay.
after, and it is the case number 1487. Should be the first item on the unfinished business.
87.
1487, okay.
1487.
All right.
Case number 25-1487, City versus Tampa Telecom Commercial Park Condo Association Incorporated for the property located at 13224 Telecom Drive, a fine of $1,000 and replace 5 trees. The violation was Section 12-768B, tree removal in the development. My understanding, they have planted 5 trees and they have paid the fine today on August 13th, 2025.
So it's simple.
So that was just an update of the, not,
But the
Yeah,
respondent.
and a representative of the respondent.
but I'll have to leave if that's, because this is the case that I'm pretty sure this is the case that I was,
Yes, you do need to.
so,
But I will say, that they have paid the fine, they have planted the 5 trees. They are on notice that if if any of those trees die within the next year, they still need to put those trees, replace those trees. They have to replace the replacements. So, and they know that if they do, if they don't do that, they will be brought back before this board.
So they're in compliance. This case is done.
At this time,
But unless the respondent wants to say something, then,
then I'll have to leave.
yeah, you gotta step out.
You'll be, or someone will be nominated as the pro temp or whatever the,
Brian, go ahead.
so,
He is the tallest.
Yeah.
Maybe.
so what do you,
Does she want to speak?
would you like to speak, or, because we'll have to go through a process to, Do I need to leave right?
But there is no voting on it.
I don't think we're just.
Okay, all
I
right.
don't think you're making any type of a decision.
Okay.
I think she just wants to,
Okay.
just advise the board just to pay that.
Okay.
Yeah, we just, hello, I'm Pravina. I'm the property manager for Vemuri. Mr. Sudhir was here, but due to some urgency, he had to leave. Yeah, we planted 5 trees and we are in compliance. And I'll make sure those trees are well watered and taken care so that they'll adapt well. So Mr. Joe made us to plant live oaks, so nobody will take good care of all the live oaks. So, and I had another code violation, but there is no hearing on this violation today, but I wanted to get an extension on the time. This is also with respect to the landscaping.
Is it?
That would. This has not been scheduled. You would work
Yeah.
with Mr. Shanks on that as
Okay.
far as if you want to continue.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Done?
Motion to do.
Case is closed on that one. That was a very lengthy one.
It was.
It was 2 sessions.
Does anybody need a break, a restroom break?
We're almost done. Are we?
I think we're gonna hopefully get through these next 5, 4, what is it, 4? Yeah, so if you're good with, you're the guy that usually needs to take a break.
I'm good.
Okay, all right.
He's like, you're the problem, Ron.
Yeah. All right, so we're back to the top of the new cases. Yeah, sorry.
Sorry. Case number 25-1872, City versus Bassam Hamad for the property located at 11006 North 61st Street. This case is before the board based on an alleged violation of Section 8-28A1, permits app required. The case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Compliance Officer Lori Smith. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and the notice of hearing were properly served.
Good evening, Mr. Vice Chairman, Lori Smith, Code Compliance, and board members. Lori Smith, Code Compliance. This case originated from Community Development on April the 15th, 2025, requesting a notice of violation for no permit for interior build-out, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. A notice of violation was prepared on May the 5th, 2025, with the compliance date of the 14th of May, 2025. No one was at home, so I posted the notice letter at the front door and requested copies be sent first class and certified mail to the owner of record. I also requested a copy be posted at City Hall on the electronic board for the 10-day requirement. At this time, I'd like to submit a screenshot of the stop work order in Central Square, if you would let me submit.
Yes, absolutely. Cool.
Sure. Exhibit number 1 shows a notice letter posted at the front door. Exhibit number 2 shows the stop work order in Central Square. As of today's date, the site is not in compliance and I am seeking a ruling.
All right. Any questions for the code officer? Code officer Smith? Nope.
Well, question. Have you had any contact?
I have none. I have had none.
And it doesn't look like the respondent's here.
No, sir, they're not.
Any other questions? All right, I guess I'm looking. Oh, go ahead.
Let me understand. So they did some construction without.
They did submit some stuff, Raid, but they have not paid for it. The permit has not been paid. You have to submit and then also pay for the permit. That has not been done in this case. There has been things submitted, but the permit has not been paid for.
Okay, so they have plans, but did any work on site been done?
Sir, I don't know what, as far as the work that that's been done, that hasn't been done, electrical, mechanical, and plumbing, a lot of, building stuff has been done on the property that there was no permit for. That's the reason that we're here.
So, is there anybody living on the property?
No, sir, not that I'm aware of.
Okay. They need to pay for the permit, not actually get a permit, just pay for it.
Well, they've submitted to obtain the permit, sir, but they just have not paid for the permit yet.
Once they pay, they'll get the permit, but
Correct.
they don't have the permit.
Okay.
That's the only thing lacking, is they need to pay for it.
They've submitted an application to get a permit, but they haven't paid for it, so it doesn't move forward at that point.
And probably Dallas is the best person to ask that.
Yeah, I think that's the way it works.
Tell us, Dallas.
They have submitted for permits. They have picked up most of the permits. The mechanical permit, which is one that's in question at this point, has not been paid for. Their building permit, their electrical permit, their plumbing permits all get picked up and paid.
Oh, okay.
The last one hasn't been picked up yet. So I'm gonna contact the contract, GC, tomorrow. He's one of my regular customers. Have him get the mechanical guy in, get his permit issued. This thing can go away.
Okay. All right. Well,
It's,
yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
That's now it's
Now it's clear. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
That's in violation, yes.
if there's no further questions, then looking for a motion.
You may do that one, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Anybody else want? Go ahead. Go for it.
Okay. In case number 25-1872, I move that the city has proven by the greater weight of evidence the following violation of the City of Temple Terrace City Code exists on the property located at 11006 North 61st Street with a code violation section 8-28 subsection A subsection 1. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from the Code Enforcement Officer, Lori Smith, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavit, and the notice of violation of which received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that the said violation be corrected on or before September 10th, 2025. If the respondent does not comply with this order on or before that day, they are ordered to pay a fine for each and every day the violation continue past the date set for compliance. Upon considering the following factors, the gravity of the violation, any actions taken by the violator to correct the violation, and any previous violations committed by the violator, I move that fine be $25 per day.
Have a motion. Have a second?
Second.
Have a second. Any further discussion on this case? All right, so ready for a vote? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No nays? Motion passes. All right, next case.
Case number 25-1873, City versus Broadway Corner LLC, for the property located at 10911 North 56th Street. This case is before the board based on an alleged violation of Section 8-28A11, permits app required. The case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Compliance Officer Lori Smith. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and the notice of hearing were properly served.
Good evening again, Mr. Vice Chair, board members, Lori Smith, Code Compliance. This case originated by Community Development on April the 23rd, 2025, requesting a notice of violation for no permit for mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. No one was at home, so I posted the notice letter at the front door and requested copies be sent certified in first-class mail to the owner of record. I also requested a copy be posted at City Hall on the electronic board for the 10-day requirement. At this time, I would like to submit photographic evidence of the violation taken by me on the 5th of May, 2025. Exhibit number 1 shows a notice letter posted at the front door. Exhibit number 2 shows a stop work order in Central Square. As of today's date, the site is not in compliance, and I am seeking a ruling.
All right, so is this, I'm sure you don't know necessarily, but is the situation similar to the last one where?
Yes, sir, it's exactly the same thing.
So,
They've submitted, just have not squared it away yet.
Have some of the permits, you probably don't know, have some of the permits been
Now that I don't know.
Approved and paid for, or?
About that, but I know that there has been stuff that has been turned in to community development to acquire the permit. It just has not been paid for, just like, the last case that I
I'm
presented.
not sure if the number of permits outstanding is going to affect the amount of the fine or not, but probably wouldn't hurt to know if there's the status of that. If you want to give us an update.
He's getting to work on it.
Mr. Chair, Mr. Co-Chair, when you get the chance, I have a question.
I have not looked at this one
Okay.
today, so I don't know if some of them have been issued, some haven't yet.
Okay.
But I can find out and let Lori know tomorrow.
Okay. All right, thanks. So did
Yeah,
you have a question for the building inspector or for?
Lori?
Okay.
For Lori.
All right.
Lori, is this the picture where the violation is, or?
Yes.
But because the address is different, but that's what, you know.
Yes, it's the main address for the plaza, but where the work was actually done was right there at that location.
109.
Yes,
And the main site violation is 10911.
that is correct.
Caught my eyes, you know why?
Yes, I
I
understand.
live at 10911.
I
You know, I
understand.
thought it was me, but,
Get a permit, Rod?
yeah, it's scary a little bit, you know.
All right, any no further questions? Seeing none, I'm looking for a motion.
You want to make a motion?
Can we do it? I like to do this easily.
Yeah, he's on board. All right.
You don't mind? Okay. In case number 25-1873, I move that the city has proven by the greater weight of evidence the following violation of the City of Temple Terrace City Code exists on the property located at 10911 North 56th Street, with applicable code violation Section 8-28, subsection A, subsection 1. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from the Code Enforcement Officer Lori Smith, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavit, and the notice of violation, all of which received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that the said violation be corrected on or before September 11, 2025. If the respondent does not comply with this order on or before that day, they are ordered to pay a fine for each and every day the violation continue past the date set for compliance. Upon considering the following factors: the gravity of the violation, any actions taken by the violator to correct the violation, any previous violation committed by the violator, I move that the fine be $25 per day.
We have a motion. Can I get a second?
Second.
Have a second. Any further discussion on this case?
Can I have a point of order? Is it to comply by September 10th of our next meeting? And then the fines would go into effect on the 11th?
September 10th, sorry, yes, correct. I correct that.
Thank you.
Yeah, September 10th. I don't know why you said September 11th.
All right.
But the compliance is on that day, yeah. Usually they give a day after that.
Okay. All right. So we're good? All right. So
Yes,
any,
September 10th.
any other discussions? All right, so we're ready for a vote, so all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No nays, motion passes. Next case?
Case number 25-2058, City versus Dior Thiem, for the property located at 8917 Bridgeford Oaks Drive. This case is before the board based on an alleged violation of Section 12-8592, RVs, boats, and trailers. The case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Compliance Officer Doug Allen. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and the notice of hearing were properly served.
Good evening, Mr. Vice Chairman and board members. Doug Allen, Code Compliance Officer. This case was originated by me on May 20th, 2025 for 2 utility trailers stored in the driveway and front yard. On May 21st, 2025, I prepared a notice of violation with a reinspection date of May 27th, 2025. I hand-delivered a copy at the residence, and a copy was posted at City Hall for the 10-day requirement, and copies were mailed, both certified and regular mail, to the address of the owner of record. My reinspection on July 24th showed no change, so a notice of hearing was prepared on that date, and the case was scheduled for the August Municipal Code Board meeting. This time, I'd like to submit photographic evidence taken by myself on July 15th.
You may submit.
Okay. Exhibit number 1 shows the affidavit of service for the notice of violation. Exhibit number 2 shows the posting of the hearing notice. Exhibit number 3 shows the trailer in the driveway, and exhibit number 4 shows the trailer in the driveway. The site is in compliance as of Monday, and I am seeking a finding and would like to submit an affidavit of compliance.
Please. Woo. All right, finally got one in compliance. All right, so I think we can move, excuse me, are there any questions for the Officer Allen? Okay, all right.
It's in compliance.
Yeah, we're good, okay, all right. So, while we're passing this around, we can move forward with a motion.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Where'd it go? Okay. In case number 25-2058, I move that the city has proven by a greater weight of the evidence the following violations of the City of Temple Terrace City Code did exist on the property located at 8917 Bridgeford Oaks Drive. Violation was section 12-859, subsection 2. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from Code Enforcement Officer Douglas Allen, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and the notice of violation, all of which is received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that there be no fine imposed because the violations were brought into compliance prior to the date of this hearing.
Second. We have a motion, we have a second, we have a second. Any further discussion? Time for a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No nays, motion passes. All right.
Next one.
Next case.
I like this.
Case number 25-2353, City versus Abdel Azer Musa Elwick and Eman Yusuf Ahmad, for the property located at 11003 Kenwani Drive. This case is before the board based on alleged violation of Section 12-8592, RVs, boats, and trailers. The case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Compliance Director Lori Smith. The city has evidence that the...
You got a promotion.
I can hope.
Sorry. Officer Lori Smith, the city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Good evening again, Mr. Chair, Mr. Vice Chairman, board members. Lori Smith, Code Compliance. This case originated from a citizen complaint on June 3rd, 2025. My inspection revealed 2 trailers and a boat on the driveway of the residence. Notice of violation was prepared that same day with the compliance date of the 4th of June, 2025. Affidavit of service was obtained by hand delivery to the tenant, Fadi Mansour. At this time, I'd like to submit photographic evidence of the violation taken by me on June 3rd, 2025. Exhibit number 1 shows the trailers on the driveway. As of today's date, the site is in compliance. At this time, I'd like to submit an affidavit of compliance, and I'm just looking for a finding.
Please submit.
Something.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's 2 in a row. Good.
Interesting, right?
All right, while we're circulating, I think we can move, unless there's a question for Code Compliance Officer. Nope. So, are you guys go by Neighborhood Services Officer now, or is that maybe not yet? All right. So I just remembered the workshop that we had. We actually did talk about rotating the cases for findings. I don't know if we all agreed to that or not, but if we want to, we can try to implement that tonight, or Rod can do them all. I don't.
No, I have a question for Lori when I get the chance.
Oh, okay.
I want Lori back here. Okay.
He does we do have a question for you.
No, it's just, you mentioned, I'm curious, this is not allowed, it's considered trailers? What is it? What type of trailer is it?
It looks like the guy he was trying to alter it to be like a food kind of like trailer, at a plaza, and stuff like that, selling sweet corn, as far as I understand from talking to the gentleman. That's what he was going to do. But again, trailer cannot be on the driveway. It has to be in side yard or rear yard, screened from view. And then we have 2 of them.
Yeah, 2 of them. And also you said it's a complaint from the neighbors.
It came in as a complaint, sir, yes. It did come in as a
I wanted to
complaint.
make sure, everybody can hear that.
Yes,
so,
sir, it did come in as a complaint.
So they understand, it's not a trailer, because some people, they have other definitions of a trailer. You can have, it looks like a golf cart.
Yes, sir.
But your golf cart can be in the driveway, this cannot.
Golf cart can, yes, sir, it can. Trailer, no, sir.
Okay. No, I'm just, trying to understand that, because, I can spread that also. Less cases come to us when I spread some good knowledge.
All right, well, thanks for educating the public. 'Cause
Yes.
They appreciate that.
A lot of people don't know that.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. All right, so in the spirit of moving the violations around to different,
I'm happy to
does
take this
anybody?
one.
Okay.
Yeah. In case number 25-2353, I move the city is proven by a greater weight of evidence the following violations of the City of Temple Terrace City Code did exist on the property located at 11003 Keweenee Drive. Applicable code section is 12-859 subsection 2. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from the code enforcement officer, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and the notice of violation, all of which is received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that there be no fine imposed because the violations are brought into compliance prior to the date of this hearing.
We have a motion? Second. We have a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, take a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No nays. Motion passes. Next case.
Last case.
Just say nay just for the heck of
She's a contrarian. She said she wasn't going to say nay just because.
So she's wearing a red
Just for something different,
blue like the rest of us.
Case number 25-2577, City versus Rihishi Harjini, J. Harjini, and Vinu Harjini, for the property located at 7706 Willow Park Drive. This case is before the board based on an alleged violation of Section 10-3B, sanitation, grass, weeds. The case will be prosecuted this evening by code compliant Danielle Batt. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and the notice of hearing were properly served.
Good evening again, I'm Officer Batt with Code Compliance. This case this evening was initiated by me on June 24th, 2025. In violation of City Code of Ordinance with a courtesy door hanger allowing time to correct the violation prior to further enforcement. The code section is 10.3 for overgrowth of vegetative matter, grass, and weeds exceeding the allowable 12 inches in height throughout the property. On July 2nd, 2025, upon reinspection, the violation continued. So a notice of violation was created with a reinspection date of July 18th, 2025, and posted to the subject property, requested posting to City Hall and the electronic board, and sent both certified mail and regular mail to the address of record. Upon reinspection on July 18th, 2025, the violation continued so a notice of hearing was created, and on July 21st, 2025, posted to the subject property, requested posting to City Hall on the electronic board for the 10-day requirement, and sent both certified mail and regular mail to the address of record. As of my last inspection on August 11th, 2025, the violation continues, and this time I would like to submit evidence for case number 25-2577, supporting the case and asking for a ruling.
Still in violation.
Submit. Have you had any conversation with the, first, the property even occupied? Is it?
I don't know. I know the previous notices have disappeared.
Oh, okay.
So somebody must be picking something up, even if it's mail.
Yeah.
Exhibit 1 is going to be a copy of the notice of violation with affidavit of posting and photos. Exhibit 2 is going to be a copy of notice of hearing with affidavit of posting and photos. And then Exhibit 3 is photos of the reinspection on August 11th, 2025, prior to today's hearing.
All right, any questions for the officer?
Is this one house or a duplex or something?
It's, they're consecutive, so you have They're like duplexes, but they're individual units along the way.
So the violation for both,
No, it's strictly that property.
just
line.
one
That
property?
property line, even when they mow it, the neighboring yard, you can see the line.
Yeah, it's just, I seen the pictures and it's just the grasses, but people are living there. They getting the notices.
I will not speak to somebody living there because can't confirm that or deny it. But at the same point, I know the notices that I've left have been removed.
Okay.
Have you had any, so no contact with the property owners then? Okay.
Because it seems to me the one closer to the tree is cut, but the ones
So-
closer to the street,
The driveway is the start of the neighboring property. So in these properties, you have 2 or 3 of them in a row. So like, there's a tree in the front yard of the 7706. That right past that, there's another driveway. It's as if the neighboring driveway is actually the border line. And you'll see pavers between, on that particular picture in the top right-hand corner.
we're talking about just mowing the grass. And that's why, you know,
That's-
I'm puzzled about
Almost
this one.
20 it's over 26 inches high at this point.
Yeah, I agree with you, but it's just mowing the grass and nobody's responding. That's, in my opinion, that never, like I've been sitting on this is my second term, and I haven't seen somebody, unless it's abandoned, nobody is living there. But we don't know, so.
Maybe they just like tall grass.
Huh? Some people.
Any other questions? The officer. All right, so,
Again, who wants to do this one?
so yeah, I'm looking for a motion.
And I can do it. Let's, or do you feel like it?
Juan hasn't done one. Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah, so we're just trying to spread the wealth here.
Glasses on this time.
Go ahead, Lou.
I can see, said the blind man. All right. In case number 25-2577, I move that the city has proven by greater weight of the evidence of the following violations of the City of Temple Terrace Code exists in the property located on 7706 Willow Park Drive. Violation, sections 10-3, subsection B. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from the code enforcement officer, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and the notice of violation, all of which is received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that the said violations be corrected on or before September 10th, 2025. If the respondent does not comply with this order on or before that day, they are ordered to pay a fine for each and every day of the violations continue past the date set for compliance. Upon considering the following factors: the gravity of the violation, 2, any action taken by the violator to correct the violation, and any previous violations committed by the violator. I move that this fine to be $50 per day.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second to get to discussion.
All right, so I guess start off.
$50.
You're ready.
Where's that coming from?
Yeah.
$50? Yeah. I think they just need to, we need to get their attention. I think violations have been posted, they've been ignored. Maybe a little teeth on there might get their attention to comply.
Do you think $50 has more teeth than 25?
Believe so.
Well, the reason I ask is because we've consistently done 25 per violation. This is a departure from that, doubling that. So I don't know that I necessarily agree that the gravity of this situation is double that of other violations.
Not opposed to it. I mean, 25 be fair enough.
Okay.
With David, yeah. David.
Hey, Rod.
You got a point. I agree with you. You know, to be consistent with the cases. And
Fair
before-
enough.
And this is a condo too, so it's a little place. It's a big house, I'll go with it.
Do you have anything you wanted to add?
No, I'm happy to move on with it. So if you just wanted to amend the motion or stick with it, either one.
Amend it. if you want.
Amend it, 25, so read the whole thing or just the last part?
Read the whole thing over again.
I think just advise that you're changing the amount of the fine you're imposing, and then, of course, the second would need to agree.
Yes, I advise that the fine be changed from $50 to $25 per day.
I'll second as well.
Any further discussion? All right, so, ready for a vote? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No nays? Motion passes. Did we have any other,
One more,
do we have another one?
One more?
unfinished business.
I don't think so.
Nope.
Is there any other business that we needed to?
No, 25.
Yeah, we've got.
Well, there's unfinished business.
We have unfinished business that needs to be read into the.
Okay, that's right.
Be reading it in the
Yeah.
record.
Case number 25-1521, City versus Alyssa A. Powers and Scott W. Hines Jr. for the property located at 310 Fern Cliff Avenue. The deadline for the compliance was August 13th, 2025. A fine of $25 per day began on August 14th, would begin on August 14th, 2025. The violation, Section 8-28A1, permits required. Affidavit of compliance was received on July 3rd, 2025.
So it's in compliance, yeah.
Yep.
Case number 24-2353, City versus James L. Evans and Joyce A.G. Evans for the property located at 11305 East Queensway Drive. The deadline for the compliance was May 14th, 2025. The fine of $50 per day was to begin May 15th, 2025. Violation was Section 10-4B4A, nuisance buildings, 90 days. The affidavit of compliance was received on July 25th, 2025.
Question about that. So I thought the compliance was that the house had to be demolished. That's, oh, is it?
Yeah, you gotta drive by there. He's done a lot of work.
Oh, really? Because I drove by there like not a couple of days, like last week, and it was still.
It's like a pile now, man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's done a
Okay.
lot of work out
Wow,
there.
that must have just happened. Okay, all right. Cool. All right.
They fixed the wall there too.
Never mind.
I don't know if that was related to the property, but the wall had holes in it and they fixed that too.
They're fixing, they're doing, not to, I don't want to extend this meeting any further, but they're doing that whole brick wall along there. I'm not sure what, it looks like they're actually removing bricks out of, it wasn't related to the fire at all. It was just, they're just pulling stuff out and they're repairing it. Maybe there were cracks, but anyway, I digress, sorry. Okay, yeah, sorry, move on.
Yeah, I agree with you, Bill. That's been on for a long time, this case.
Yep, absolutely, so.
But I saw a discrepancy. There was a fine occurring. This is for.
Yeah.
It's a correct.
Yeah, yes.
Let's keep going.
Yeah,
I'm hungry.
yeah.
Gina is
Okay,
the rod whip.
so,
Case number 24-4582, City versus Bonnie J. Six and Jeffrey Six for the property located at 12910 Terrace Springs Drive. The deadline for the compliance was June 11th, 2025. The fine of $25 per day was to begin June 12th, 2025. The violation, Section 88-102-13C, roofs. The affidavit of compliance was received on July 16th, 2025.
next, yeah, you can, don't let me slow you down, just
Okay.
speak.
Case number 25-0086, City versus Michael Morris for the property located at 13105 North 52nd Street. The deadline for the compliance was June 11th, 2025. The fine of $25 per day began June 12th, 2025. The violations, Section 8-28A1, permits required. They're not in compliance.
Next case.
Case number 25-0624, the City versus Radiant Oil Company of Tampa for the property located at 50601 East Fowler Avenue. The deadline for compliance was May 14th, 2025. The fine of $75 per day began May 15th, 2025. The violation, Section 12-1047, landscaping maintenance, Section 12-1049, landscaping perimeter, and Section 12-1043, plant material and design. This one was actually read into the record at the June 11th meeting, and the order was given. So no action is actually needed tonight. They are not in compliance. And case number 25-0640, City versus We Buy Houses LLC, for the property located at 707 Aberdeen Circle. The deadline for compliance was June 11th, 2025. The fine of $25 per day began June 12th, 2025. Violation, Section 8-28A1, permits required. The affidavit of compliance was received on July 11th, 2025.
All right, so that concludes the unfinished business. Doesn't look like there's any other, from what I'm reading here, no additional board actions, no liens report, and no new business. Did anybody else have anything they wanted to bring up tonight before we adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that. I third that.
Well, I don't even know if we have to take a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Let's get out of here. All right.
Good.
All right.